Have you ever seen Star Trek: The Next Generation?
No, I haven't. Why? Why'd you ask?
Oh, mate, you gotta watch it. It's my favourite TV show. It's so fucking good. It's probably some of the best sci-fi ever put to screen or page.
Oh, really? Yeah. I'll give it a shot. Maybe we should watch the first episode together at some point if you're down.
Here's the thing about Star Trek: The Next Generation. The first season isn't so good. There were a lot of problems in the writers' room for the first season, and it's really not representative of the show as a whole. When it comes to recommending it to a new person, probably not best to start with the first season because it's not really representative of the show as a whole.
Yeah. Okay, I get it. What should I just start from season 2 then, or what?
Well, no, you see, there's a couple of things from season one that you got to know for continuity's sake, but it is an episodic show, so you can sort of dip in and dip out, wherever you want.
Alright, I guess I'll. Do you wanna watch season 2 with me then? Maybe at some point.
Yeah, I don't know if season two's gonna sell you on it either. Maybe I should just sit you down and show you some of the better episodes. Maybe All Good Things. Nah, All Good Things is too. You got to watch that later. Maybe Chain of Command Part 1 and 2, or perhaps Phantasms. That's a good trippy episode. You like David Lynch?
Yeah. I suppose I like David Lynch. Well, yeah. Why not?
Or Phantasms is a great episode. Kind of reminds me of David Lynch's work, which is unusual for Star Trek. I guess it's unusual. Probably not the best representation of the show as a whole, to be honest. Uh, Perhaps I should just start you with darmac.
Alright, let's watch darmac, I suppose. I did like it, but I feel like I didn't really relate to the characters as much as I was expecting. It's a lot to be expected to buy into this whole universe of aliens and starships.
Yeah, I suppose if you're not really familiar with the characters and the setting, it's going to be a bit of a shock to you the first time. It takes a while to get invested in it. Uh, it's kind of hard to recommend this show to people now that I think about it. An episodic show without a carrying on you sort of like a narrative through line to keep you watching the next episode. There's no cliffhangers and stuff like that except for the two parters. Kind of hard to recommend this show to people, especially if they're not already immediately sold on the idea of a Star Trek show, if they're not super big into sci-fi.
Well, yeah, I can imagine that's a problem. Which I don't know. I mean, I liked the episode, but I just felt like I was missing context. I just felt like I was missing context. Like I would like to know more about uh, maybe who Picard is as a person, and that Data character seemed really interesting to me. By the way, didn't I used to be American?
Yeah, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. My accent's fucked too. Yeah, Data's probably considered to be the main character of the show. If the show were to have a main character, he at least has the most concrete narrative arc throughout the show's runtime. But I don't know. It's a lot to get into. If I had to recommend you to get into the show, I'd say maybe go through this particular guide. There's a guide called Let's Watch Star Trek. There's a website. I mean, they have a guide to the good and bad episodes. Here's the thing about Star Trek. There's a lot of bad episodes. There's a lot of episodes that aren't very good at all. Like the one where Troy falls in love with a ghost and tries to raise her grandma from the grave. Do you remember that one? Do you remember that one, guys? The one where Troy falls in... Is it Troy or Crusher? I don't remember. Falls in love with a ghost, and the ghost tells her to turn her grandma into a zombie, and her grandma rises from the grave as a zombie because she fucks a ghost. She fucks a ghost in the episode. She literally has sex with a space ghost in that episode. Like, this episode's...
Well, does that really happen in Star Trek: The Next Generation with Shakespearean actor Patrick Stewart in the lead role?
Yeah, it's a bit goofy. It's a bit goofy from time to time, but it's not as goofy as the original series. I mean, even for me, that's a little tough to watch some of those episodes, the gore on fight and so on, with the rubber suits and cheesy acting. It's a bit much for me. I've never really been able to get into it. Actually, I've never even watched anything other than TNG. I should really get around to watching Deep Space Nine at some point.
You know, you're kind of sounding a lot like a surrogate for the person who's filming us right now. You're kind of sounding a lot like no thank you is him, sort of just imbuing you with his own opinions about Star Trek right now. He kind of feels like you're losing characterization and just becoming no thank you with a terrible Australian accent.
Yeah, it kind of does feel like that, doesn't it? Kind of does feel a little bit like that's what's happening here. Kind of does feel like that's what's happening here. So, anyway, I really recommend Star Trek. It's really good, but I promise, I promise it's really good. Watch Data's Day. If you like slice of life, if you want to see a nice slice of life episode of Data's Day is probably the best you can do. One of my personal favourite episodes of the show. Got some hilarious goings on. You see, it's kind of tricky to recommend Star Trek to people because the show's got such a wide variety of quality, but also themes. Like, you've got comedy focused slice of life episodes like Data's Day, but then you've also got hard hitting heavy drama about serious subjects like Measure of a Man, which has to do with, asking the question, my accent's completely gone, what's happened to me? Asking the questions about what it even means to be human and a legal trial. Or you've got, as I mentioned before, Train of Command, which talks about torture and imprisonment in a very serious way. Or Birthright, which examines societies of control and the history of the sort of not Cardassian, sorry, Klingon Romulan conflict. It's all very good show. It's a very good show. You should all fucking watch Star Trek. You should all go and watch Star Trek: The Next Generation. It's my favorite TV show. It's the best TV show ever made. It's some of the best sci-fi ever written. It's just the best. You should all go watch it. It's the best show ever made. It's so good. I like it. It's got autistic representation in the form of Data, even though he's not really autistic. He's just an android. But Data is really good, and he's my favorite character, and I love him. And the good positive male role models in the form of William Riker and Jean-Luc Picard and Worf and all of them. And it asks deep questions about. Okay.
Mate, come on, listen. You're just no thank you right now. You're not even a character. You just no thank you telling the audience to watch Star Trek. You gotta. What's the point? What's the point in this whole charade if you're just gonna break the fourth wall? What's the point in this whole charade?
Alright, sorry. Let me get back to what I was talking about. So, you enjoyed darmac, did you?
I did enjoy darmac. What should I watch from here? What would you recommend as a next episode for me to watch?
Yeah, fuck it. Just watch whatever you feel like. Just watch whatever you feel like. No one can help you here. No one can help you. Just watch whatever you feel like. Go on the Red Letter Media videos about their favourite Star Trek episodes. Just Google it. Just Google best Star Trek episode. Just watch those. Just Google it. Just fucking Google it. Just fucking DuckDuckGo it, mate. Just fucking Bing it. Fucking Bing it. Bing best Star Trek episodes. Just watch those, and then once you've done that, do it again for another list. Then pick a character. Best Data episodes, best fucking Wesley episodes, best fucking Picard episodes, best Riker episodes, best of those. Do that. Best Geordie episodes. Watch those. And when you've done all that, then you can watch the whole. Then you're invested enough that you can just watch the whole show from the beginning and put up with the weird awkwardness and the campy moments in the show. My accent's changed again. What's happening?
What's happening to us? What's happening? Our accents are changing. What's happening? What's happening? My fucking accent's changing. That was strange. Okay. Live long and prosper, I guess. Actually, that's more of an original series thing, you know. The Vulcans don't feature so heavily in TNG.